welcome back, guys. We're back in Pokemon Showdown, and as you can see on the bottom there, we're back in Gen 8 random battles. Alright, so I did these just late at night, last night, or a couple nights ago, and I wanted to show you guys because there were some funny moments and some incredible battles. So let's just start watching the replay. I'll narrate as we go. So here's the first battle we'll go through. So, Thrones are rude, Darkest Lariat, you know, of course they get Grass Dark versus Grass Ghost, so of course I'm gonna use Zarude's Darkest Lariat. And there's Trevenant already. Trevenant's got leftovers, there's Garbodor. I switched into a Spirit Tomb that I had, because it was just one of the most neutral things, and he goes for a Drain Punch to counter the Dark of Zarude, but that doesn't work. Just, I get a Calm Mind off, and that's it. That's the end of the battle. Alright. That's awesome, right? Let's go into an excellent. Alright, so here's the next battle. Now I'm on the left side, by the way. I start with Whiscash against Zacian, and he goes into a Dracozolt, obviously. To be honest, that's not very obvious. I'm not sure what he was thinking because that Earthquake right away. He goes back into Zacian. Play rough, takes out my Whiscash. Chandelure, I love Chandelure so much, but he has Crunch. I didn't think of that for some reason, but I Shadow Ball to try and get some special defense drop or something. I decided to switch into Weezing because I didn't see I had a Pure Poison type. Goes for a Crunch again. Doesn't really do that much, I guess, besides the defense drop. But then he switches into Drampa. I have no clue what's happening at this point. This just turns into a Sludge Bomb, just random weird thing. Just watch. It just gets weird. That's why I have it on fast, because it gets pretty bizarre. I start using Pain Split just to mess with him because then he goes for Thunderbolt thinking he had the Weezing taken out. I go for Sludge Ball. I keep trying for the poison. He's got Roost. I've got Pain Split, so we're just going back and forth with this for a little while. I've got Black Sludge too, and he's also got leftovers. He switches into my Milotic, and the Milotic gets poisoned, and I use Will-O-Wisp because I thought I could burn the Drampa instead, but of course, the switch ended up being nice for him. The Scald burns me, but I Pain Split again. And then, of course, the Milotic also has leftovers, but of course, and then the Milotic has Recover as well, so we're just recovering back and forth. Crit Sludge Bomb. I'm not really sure what's happening at this point. I'm just trying to stall out as much as possible with a Weezing. And to be fair, I'm probably not going to say anything in the next few seconds because this is just too much at this point. Literally the same stuff back and forth. Another Sludge Bomb. Incredible gameplay, right? Alright, Scald takes out the Weezing. And then I have a Celebi. Okay, so then Celebi just wrecks my Milotic. And here's where Celebi just becomes MVP of this match. Or one of the MVPs at least. I get a Nasty Plot off. Fire Blast. I did not think it would have Fire Blast, so that's already bad. But I have Recover as well now. It's like the Recover match of the century. Draco Meteor takes out a bunch of damage again. He switches into Zacian, and I'm not sure why at this point. He's got a Lumberry, which is good. So that's honestly pretty good, but I didn't expect to switch. Crunch does a lot of damage. Giga Drain takes out Zacian. Let's go. But then he's got a Colossal, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's another Gigantamax Colossal, the bane of just a lot of our existences, especially in the RBL. But I have a Dracovish, and Dracovish just takes out with one Vicious Rend, get wrecked. Another Vicious Rend, because I don't know what I expected. I don't know if I had a Dragon type move, but I get taken out from a Dragon move. But now there's Sunlight. There's just a bunch happening. There's Sunlight, so I go for a Fire Blast. Resisted, but takes it out. And one more Pokemon is Gigalith. And if you're gonna see my last Pokemon, I was expecting something Rock or something normal or something like that. Because look, my last Pokemon was Tangoro, and I just immediately max it. Take out Gigalith. We're done with that. Get out of here. And that's the second battle. This third battle now, this is the main event of this video. Get ready for this third battle. Alright, I wanted to save this for last, but to be honest, I'm I just wanted to do this as soon as possible. So here's the battle of the century. Alright. I start with Toxapex. They start with Flareon. Switch into Whiscash. I Scald, you know, obviously not reading anything. And they Dragon Dance, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get Earthquaked into Oblivion, right? So I just Toxic Spikes. I just assumed they were gonna do something, but they just keep Dragon Dancing. Then they Earthquake and kill me, which is bad. But at least we got Toxic Spikes up. I got Virizion. I got Virizion. They max Geyser. They actually maxed the Whiscash, by the way, which I thought was pretty interesting. Even though I Dragon Danced twice, I still wasn't sure they're gonna do that. So the battle's not looking great, right? We're down 2. Copperajah comes in. Max Quake, I was like, oh, I forgot this has a ground type move, even though it just killed me with the ground type move. So now the Whiscash is normal. I'm down 3 to their full party is 6. I'm almost down another Pokemon when they just recoil, or whatever, I forgot whatever they had. Groudon comes in. Actually, I'm gonna make this normal speed now, because I forgot I was on fast speed, to be honest. Okay, so they switch back into Flareon out of that Corviknight. I decided to max because I thought that was a perfect read on my part, but the Groudon was really only good for, like, the Flareon. So Porygon 2 comes in, gets poisoned, gets Rockfalled, which does nothing at all because Porygon 2 recovers, so another Recovermon that I'm gonna have trouble with. Max Quake also does, like, minimal damage. Tri-Attack. The Tri-Attack hacks have started. I love Tri-Attack, but unfortunately the hacks are on me where I get burned. So I am burned, they're poisoned, my max ends. Precipice Blades doesn't even take it out, so then they can recover again. There's a Sandstorm and Poison, and we're still having trouble. Like, come on. So they go back into Corviknight. You know what, this part does need to be fast again, I forgot. Because this part is terrible. I literally can't do anything with Groudon, and if I switch out of Groudon, either the Bouffalant at 2% health will die, or the last Pokemon that you guys will see will get wrecked. And I, for some reason, wanted to save it, so I have Thunder Wave, so I Thunder Wave. But they bulk up, so this is looking really, really terrible. Really bad, actually. I'm still at 5%. Nothing's really happening. I hit another, like, 2% Heavy Slam, and then Volley Press finally takes us out. I'm going back to normal speed. Okay, we go back in the Bouffalant. Bouffalant does a close combat, which crits, which was good damage, but we just get destroyed from a Body Press because we're only at 2% health. Then comes the Mr. Mime. The Mr. Mime Focus Blasts. The Mr. Mime leaves Corviknight at 1 HP but it gets paralyzed. Then the Psychic to take it out. Comfey? Oh, more like get absolutely obliterated. Here we go, wait. I kind of can't remember this part. Okay, a Nasty Pull. There we go. Okay, I forgot I set up. To be honest, I thought it was just straight. Okay, I'm not going to say anything else. They stored power. I don't know why they stored power, because I Psychic. Porygon 2 comes back in. I Psychic. At this point, I'm like over the moon. I'm like, how is this happening? And of course, the last Mon they have is Terrakion. One-shot Psychic. Mr. Mime. The Sweeper. The clean. The Mon to clean up the team. Absolute wreck. Alright, let's get on to the last battle. There's only one left. Alright, this time we're on the right side. So I start with a Tyranitar, they start with a Blissey, 2 beefy boys. I just crunch, do half the health already, and they Toxic. Great stuff. Great first turn. And they switched into Terrakion, which baited me for the crunch, of course, because I get baited so often by not reading things. And Earthquake ensues chaos, which is terrible. I throw in Blastoise because I have another big beefy boy, and they throw in Tangrowth, another big beefy boy. My Earthquake does absolutely nothing because I assumed Terrakion was gonna stay in. I Ice Beam. They Giga Drain, back and forth, just garbage on my part. I Ice Beam again. I'm hoping for freeze hacks as usual, but I get taken out by a Giga Drain. I throw in Slowbro. Galar Slowbro maxes. Let's absolutely start this wreckage. Let's go. They take off my Life Orb, which to be honest isn't even bad. I'll just not lose health. I mean, I know it'll do more. I take out Tangrowth with the max ooze. They Nasty Plot. But I Mindstorm and just obliterate them. I obliterate Rotom. And Blissey comes back in soft-boiled. I Mindstorm, it doesn't really do much. But then, the max ends. And to be honest, this is the part that is good on Slowbro's part. So I'm not really sure what move to use. I Flamethrower, doesn't really do anything. I'm almost dead, but I Shell Sidearm, and I'm like, oh, I forgot Shell Sidearm existed. One of my favorite new moves in the game. Takes out Blissey, Xatu comes in, misses a Heat Wave. We hit a Shell Sidearm for half damage. But we died to a Heat Wave. And of course, for some reason I have Yveltal, so it's Dark versus Psychic Flying types. I knock off. Heavy Duty Boots really came in clutch, right? Okay, they Stone Edge. Terrakion takes out Yveltal. It's a 2v2. Appleton for the win? Is that what's gonna happen here? I Apple Acid. Lower that special defense of that Meowstic that came in. I Leech Seed because Leech Seed is always good. But they Light Screen and Reflect. At this point, it's just a matter of time, right? Because the Leech Seed plus the Apple Acid, they're out. But we're drowsy. I'm thinking this isn't going to be a problem, hopefully, so I just stay in. They close combat, do have help. Lose their stats. I Leech Seed again, just to do it. And here's the Sleep Appleton stall battle that is about to happen. So, close combat did some damage. We're asleep. Leftovers, Leech Seed. I switch into Weezing. I don't know why I didn't switch before, but close combat does absolutely nothing. And finally, the Leech Seed. The Leech Seed of all things takes out that last Terrakion. And yeah, these are the 4 battles I had. I'm gonna be doing more Showdown because when I'm bored or I'm free. When I'm bored or I have free time, I just pick up Showdown, do some random battles so I have no need to prepare anything, and it's just fun. So I'm gonna bring this back and do this more often. If I do it off screen like this, I'll just react to it. But maybe next time I'll actually do it in a live video. But this was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the random battles. That Mr. Mime, it was like 1 AM. And that Mr. Mime just made my entire day at 1 AM when that comeback happened. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like it if you enjoyed these battles. Subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. A lot of Pokemon, a lot of Mario content here. And follow me on Twitch if you haven't. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And until next time, take care.